All right. Happy Sunday. God bless you and your families, and you're making it home to God. That's the whole reason we're here. So I'm going to try and help with that again this Sunday. Let me read the comments and then we'll get into it. Thanks for being here. Alan, happy day to everyone. God bless you, John, and all joining in. So sweet. God help us all make our way home out of the dome, never to return to the loop. Well said. Jamer Baba, praise Jesus Christ. That's exactly why we're here to do that. So if you're praying for someone else to have that happen to them, you know that needs to happen, and that's why you're here. Well, that's how it happens. So great. Mike Smar, hello and blessings to everyone. Wonderful, Mike. Now we got some great testimonials going on. These two guys and others. Wow, it's incredible. Frank is here. Greetings to all. Thanks, Alan. God bless everyone in here today. Well said. Pamela's here. Fantastic. Greetings, Sean, and all joining in today. May God bless each and every one of us. Praise Jesus Christ. That's it. Pam, thank you. And George is here. May God bless you all with an experience with God soon. In the name of Jesus Christ. That's it. George. Robin Scott is here. Greetings. Besides the trust, is there any special work we need to be doing to avoid returning the dome? Listen to what I say and do it. I'm the one who wins the race every time. I'm first. So you have to listen to what I'm saying. The books that God created, those books like the Bible and the Quran and Bhagavad Gita and so on, they have, God speaks. They have helpful information in them, but they're supposed to guide you to looking to, who can help me? Who has the proof of helping others and who has done it first? Who knows the truth? So you can, kind of like generally get your compass pointed to the truth on your own, but no one makes it to not reincarnating except through me, only me, and no one else. Reason being, there's a hierarchy. There's a spiritual hierarchy. God sends someone to help. I'm never born. I never die. I'm always here. But you all can win and go home to God. On Judgment Day, which is 1,000 years over there in the ether, I go home. I go home to God when I touch the tomb, Mayor Pablo's tomb, and I have that meeting. And see, time runs differently over there. I was gone, a couple hours. So I was gone, do the math. In a day, 24 hours is 1,000 years. So, do the math there. It's incredible. So that's, I guess, 20 years. I don't know. I'd have to do the math. Actually, I'm an accountant, but I'm focused on other things. So let's see. 1,000 divided by 24 equals 41. Wait, 42. 42. The answer to everything, right? 4, 2, 6 up, 4 down. The answer to everything, 42. Isn't that funny? So if I was at a couple of years, I was going like 100 years with God, and time is different there. So that's a good question. And you're here, Robin, and you can ask any questions, whatever's on your mind. So whatever's, hey, I have a question about this. This is what's bugging me. How come I'm getting blocked by this? Behaviors, thoughts, what have you. I'm here to help with that. A great question. That should be the focus question for everyone. How do I get out of here? Uh, Reagan is here. All right, girl. The mama. Great to have you, Reagan. God, you made me laugh so hard. I still. Oh my god. Infinite comedy lady. She's like, I'm gonna save this up, and that was so incredible, girl. Oh, Pauletta is here. God bless you, John, and all here. Sorry for being late. You're not late. I'm just getting into the howdy do's, and we're not into anything yet. And so you're not late at all. You're right on time. Everyone's right on time. They're right here today on time, moving forward to get out of the reincarnation dome. You're right on time, girl. Frank is here. Of all the objects of human knowledge, God is supreme, but mere theoretical study until you meet with God. Yeah, that's true. You meet with the formless God before the seventh plane. Each time you go up a plane, you have some Mir Baba, knocks it into 7 experiences, massive, big, experiences, and so that each is a veil is removed to experience more closeness to God. And on the 4th plane, you experience the formless God. Like you don't meet with Jesus Christ or Meher Baba or Krishna, one of the characters that God made up and backs fully. You meet with a formless God, and you have that blissful experience and so on. But that's not winning the game. Every plane in a way feels like winning the game. Even moving from 0 to 1 feels like it at the time. You're like, what is happening? But it's nothing compared to meeting with God, the form of God, uh, which is indescribable, and the only reason for life is to return home. So you're right, Frank, is what I'm trying to say. You're right. And I'm just filling in a little detail. So, uh, theoretical study of God does not take an aspirant far towards knowledge of the purpose of human life, though it is better to study God than to be ignorant about his existence. 100% true. That's it. And then you're constantly seeking God, and you're like, well, how can who got there? Who made it? And then that's how you can further seek. That's right. I guess hanging with that little one totally got your comedy together. You're like, I become a perfect comedian. You have to with them little ones. Oh, that's funny. Frank, from God to man. Man to God. Yes. Yeah, I recommended reading that, and I'm in the middle of it. Like, it's the precursor to discourses, and I think it flows better, and is unadulterated comparatively. Although discourses is amazing, but this one I was like, what? This is just a smooth flow. And George, 1 second here is 4.22 days of this. Yeah, it's funny, So great to have you all here. All right. I'm going to say a few things just generally. Whoop. Got some heat and air on the wall there. So update. Thank you, Pamela. Things are, got to order things this time of year, get them installed. I'm doing a lot of that, and it's happening. It's happening. Got all the storm debris taken out of the trees here, the lovely trees, and got a stump grinded. There was somebody down the street doing it, and gave me a really fair price, and they came by. I spent a couple hours on that. Uh, just the appliance, the people that kept this place. Thank God, God made a beautiful place, beautiful trees and stuff like that. But the systems and the appliances are just so Uh, they got to get ordered, installed, that kind of thing, and it's being made into a home instead of for the short rental period in the summer. Basically, the septic's no good or on that list. Paperwork had to be recorded. Just all this, I could just go into all this stuff and how easy it is for me to do stuff. But you already know that from you doing stuff. So, but it's happening, and I really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, the testimonials are flowing in, and they're great. They are just like it, there's it's just people are having great success, but also they're having great spiritual success making a video which helps others. It's a proof of other people's testimonials that got people signing the trust and doing stuff. But the testimonials last week, and just it's like starting to build up, and it's kind of like I'm not on my knees begging all the time for him and all that stuff, Alan. And like it's incredible. It's incredible, and super appreciate it, because that's really the best way you can get people into the structure of coming to God. And I want to talk about structure today. It's really important, hierarchy, a family, a structure that we exist in. Uh, a structure of being in a male form, a structure of being in a woman, a female form. Like uh, I need to go over some of this because most especially I've had to oh my god, how to say this. I've had to open the can of worms with several women recently. One who's physically taken care of, and her child, and also others here. And I you're doing good. It's not easy, like here's what you need to do, and it's hard. It's always hard because this question before, Robin, what do we need to do to not reincarnate? Well, we're in a character in this body, and we're given certain proclivities and a location in this family and this, that, and the other thing. And so and from prior lifetimes, which were our memories wiped clean on, we can't, we just come in who we are through all our experiences, but we don't have memories or anything like that. So this isn't, we're not limited to this form or this character, this name or anything like that, right? When a wave hits the beach and the drops fly up, are the drops still the ocean before they fall? Yes, you're a drop. That's the way Mayor Baba describes you, it as a drop. So uh getting you have to make changes, or else you would not have reincarnated. You wouldn't be here. So patterns need to be broken. First, pointing out, hey, everything around you is a lie, we're in a loop, and all those things is crushing a pattern, right? Then you take all that in, and I'm trying to be sweet through you that you made it through that, but then I've got to deal with the individual you, and see your patterns and say, this is what you need to come away from, and point you to the structure that we all must be pointed to that gets us out of here. Okay, that's a great question, Robin. I'm really going to be talking about this, your question, the answer to your question, this whole time today. Okay, it's everything anyone should be focused on, so it's a perfect question. Gage Originals, thank you, Jack. We are grateful for the wisdom. God is good. God is good, great, indescribable. That is that is a fact. Okay, first of all, let me clear up something about the character Hazrat Babajan, one of Mayor Baba's five perfect masters, who's a woman. Um, uh, but great, Jack. I appreciate you. I'm so thankful to be here. Fantastic. Thankful to be here today on Sunday, but not that thankful to be here. Thankful to get to play the game and win it and come to God. Yes, but get me out of here. Absolutely. So the character Hazrat Babajan is one of the five perfect masters that woke up Mir Baba. I have for five perfect masters. They don't wake you up; they wake me up, and then I become one of the five perfect masters, the avatar, Christ, whatever. Which just means the first to win the game, a character, a shepherd watching over y'all, and you do the same. It's not. I'm above you in a spiritual hierarchy, but it's a timed event, right? It's not like you're not going to the same place. And I'm telling you, Pam saw the face of God, met with Jesus Christ. That's how you win the game. Okay? So she's one of the 56 perfect ones alive, not one of the five perfect masters because they still hold their spot. One of them comes out, and I'm one of them, but they're also sidelined 56 perfect ones. So, how many places does that leave us to become and get out of here? Not many. So, that's, you know, but I don't want to take away from Pam's service in any way, shape, or form. It's supreme. She's, the perfect woman. That character that Pamela is playing and her soul is playing and has won this game won't reincarnate. Someone will be Pamela next time. This, incredibly sweet woman cares about her family, But now let's go back to the story that Mir Baba gave us about Hazrat Babajan. You know, uh, people take her end character when she met with Mir Baba, well over 100 years old, just sitting in the street across from his house, waiting for him as a child, and starts waking him up to God. When Mir Baba meets with him, you can read about that story in uh, different places, but Hazrat Babajan. Five Perfect Masters is a good place to look. Five Perfect Masters, Mir Baba. Stuff will come up and you'll see in the books where it is. But just generally, I want to go over this today. It's very important because she's the only woman who's a perfect master for him. And you only mainly read about the end of her life, and although it's written, I didn't read about it till much later, about the earlier part of her life, which is super important, and you know how she got to where she is. Okay. She kissed his forehead. Correct, Frank. Thank you. Boy, you've been studying and understanding. Mike is here. Godspeed. That's right. That's how fast we got to get out of this reincarnation with Godspeed. True. Hello, all. Happy to be here. I'm happy you're here too, Mike. And I'm going to get a hug soon. Yes. Good to see you, buddy. You're always the best to hang out with. So, Hazrat Babajan, she's Muslim. Uh, and I'm watching over a Muslim young lady and helping her sort out, and her son, her young son, 5-year-old son, and helping her sort out how to she's been given the gift of nothing and trusted in God, and she lands at my feet. So I'm working on that. So this is a really important topic for me and for women. You have a guide now in a female form. It was me up until then. How much you resonate with me as a woman, not that much. Okay. So I get that. And so God gives you as fast as possible a woman in human form to help. It's like, oh, okay, that's how to do it. All right. And you can contact her. She's in the forum and stuff. You can get in touch with her. So you can ask her things and, get it from a woman's perspective. I'm happy to give it. But, you know, maybe my tone's wrong or way you want to hear it or whatever, but I'm here to toss you into the chipper and recreate you and with an understanding of change these habits, don't do these things. This is why, this is what I should be doing. Okay. So Hazrat Babajan is actually a really great individual to show some of this. Okay. Because she's perfect. That character is perfect. Leaving for Florida on the 20th. Ooh, yeah. Okay, thanks for filling me in, man. Let me know when hey, I'm coming and stuff. So Hazrat Babajan was how do I say this? Like, perfectly beautiful. Um, and in her youth, she was so incredibly beautiful. She would wear, covered as a muscle woman, and to help certain spiritual aspirants seeking God, to help them get to the divine, to get to God, she would assist in a divine experience. She would briefly, in a closed room, uncover her beauty in their presence. And that would give them, you know, the understanding of the purity of God. Because what women have that is the most important and should be the most guarded aspect of them is their sexual purity. Most important. That's why the devil's always trying to get to it, undo it multiple times. OnlyFans. Oh my God. That's why I said watch Fresh and Fit, see what's happening out there. And the degradation of all society is happening from single mother households. Look up the statistics. Single father households turn out as well, basically, as having a mother and father. So the issue is retaining your purity. People look at the end of Hazrat Babajan and she's like, I'm a man. And so that's missing the whole first part of it. It's not like, I'm acting like a man now, I'm boss babe, and all that stuff. That ain't, they've lost their purity. They're not on the path to God. That's not happening, you see? So she used her purity in her youth and never gave it away and never had children and came to God. That's it. What's the spiritual hierarchy in every religion? God, man, woman, child. That's the way it is. So if you're a woman in a, single mother household and you didn't have a man and it didn't work out, I mean, obviously there's certain situation like Pamela lost her man. What a talk about losing everything on the way to God. I mean, you know, and but the granddaughter came in. So the path to God is super difficult, but it's you can't just take the end piece of Hazrat Baba's guy and go, okay, I'm a man now, that's going to work it out. Absolutely not. If you have children, no, you especially if you have, a child, well, either a girl or boy, but a woman can't teach uh, a boy to become a man. A woman teaches a boy how to be a boy, and they stay a boy. All society problems like jail and just all the statistics that go with it are horror. So the children need a man. They do. They need a loving father. And it's a woman's choice who they have sex with. It's illegal to force sex on a woman. It's illegal. So it's always a woman's choice who she has a child with. Always. If they chose a bad father, that's on the woman. Because the devil's always trying to bust down the gates and take away a woman's purity. And that ruins not just that family, and it has ripples out there in society, ruins the whole society. So it's not okay, to you're not going to make it on your own as a woman. If that's the hierarchy, God, man, woman, child, and you leave out man, you can't go through the spiritual hierarchy that exists in a family. You can't make it to God. You can't. So it's not just about having sex with a man and I got a child. No, you have to retain that man. You need to keep him in your house. You need to serve the man. So choose a great one. a great one, like Mike, like Alan, uh, like George, all who I met with and travel with is so great, phenomenal patriarchs, amazing, completely watching over their family and, protecting them. Yes. Hey, here's how we're getting to God. And so, not that the women don't have something to do with it, but, uh, stay away, don't cross the road over there. Look up there, like keeping away from problems. So women are focused on the children. They're focused on the spiritual hierarchy correctly. They're focused on the children. Great. And so the man is watching over the woman and the children, all those on their hand, they're under your wing. And so that's the way it is. So y- a woman otherwise develops the ego. This makes her ego is what makes it impossible to go to God. I'm not saying every woman needs a man. I'm saying if a woman has children, you see, the man has to be there to raise the children properly. If you're not married, it's all. I'm not saying, oh, you have to be in a relationship with a man. I'm not saying that. Hazrat Babashan wasn't, you see, in a relationship with a man her whole life, became perfect master, retained her purity. So you see, but I'm trying to, that has to be there, right? Everyone makes mistakes. Beer Baba says, what happened had to have happened. So if errors occurred in the past, okay, you come to the truth and you sin no more. So I'm trying to tell you how this character, Hazrat Babajan, got to become who she is, kissing them on their forehead and retaining her purity and showing that's what it is. It has to happen. Or, you know, oh, you worked hard. Well, I had to do it all on my own. Well, you chose the wrong man up front. So that's all you. You got to fix it for your children. You have a child. What you want, it's over for your whole life. What you want is completely over. It's up to what the children need. Period. That's it. And they need a father. Need in a home. So if you can't fix it with your actual father, you need to find another one, you know? You have to. Howard's here. Good to have you, man. Great to have you. Okay. So I wanted to clear that up because we talked about family duty last time. And, I have to, God dang, this stuff I have to deal with. What? Oh, that reminds me. Men, there's a story in a preface that what's his name? Erich Jesawala, who was the guy who interpreted Mir Baba's hand signals, who spoke for him. Mir Baba did speak for 43 years. Erich did a foreword of this book. I have yet to find it again, otherwise I'd read it out loud. I don't know where I read it years ago, but it just had such an impact on me. I need you to, and I've said this many times before, and speaking about family, I have and hierarchy with the family, I have to tell this story, okay? There's a spiritual aspirant. He's on the spiritual path, and he heard, oh, there's a perfect master in the mountains, right? And he's like, fine, I'm gonna go find him, and he goes through and seeks him, and he talks to different people and finally finds out, oh, he lives up in there, that house over there. And he's walking down the path, and oh, that's the house, and the windows are open in the house, and he gets closer to the house, and all he hears out there is a woman screaming, yelling, carrying on inside. And he gets closer to the house, and he realizes this woman's yelling about uh the guy, the perfect master he's supposed to see. He's like, oh, and he's hearing all this stuff about him through her voice and just going crazy. And he's like, whoa, I guess this isn't a guy. And he quits listening. He turns around and he's going to walk down the path and leave it. He turns around and he sees, oh my God, here comes the guy. And he's got a tiger next to him, walking next to him, and on the tiger's back is firewood. And the guy's like, okay, what? Like, okay, this is a guy, obviously. What? And so he goes up to him and meets him, and he says, I was over at your house here, and tells him about listed all this stuff. And the perfect master says to him, how do you think I got the tiger to carry my firewood? You have to understand this. This is the most important lesson for men. It is. Hey, if you're in here and you haven't, give me a thumbs up or come on now, please. Uh, so God, man, woman, child, right? That's what we have to keep in mind here. The characters that we have out there, like this one from Bear Baba, it's really important to understand that purity. Also, listen, back to the great question Robin had. You want to make it to God, right? And there are 7 stages of getting to God. Yes? Okay. You have it's quite possible that you could die in the experience or become God absorbed, right? Become God absorbed. You go over to God and you don't see this world for a bit, and then you come back into the body, right? You're like, oh, I had this experience with God. I couldn't believe it. Well, in order to come back into the body, your physical form needs to be uh sorry about that. Got somebody's bitch at Harley going by. Uh, your physical form has to be healthy enough to not be crushed in that process. Okay, it can't be. You have to keep your physical form healthy. You have to. Uh, so me having to say, hey, you're 50, 100 pounds overweight or whatever, like that's why you're unhealthy. That's keeping you away from seeing God and having that experience. You you have to, with your thoughts and stuff, you have to gain control of the human form and turn it into, you're going to be a vessel and a character showing others what it's like to be with God. You have to keep your vessel together enough to be attractive enough and not repel people and stuff, but also so that when you have that experience, the form you're in doesn't crack. It's like the vessel cracks and it wasn't in shape enough to make it forward, was it? Have to, you got this is how many people are going to do this out of all the people? Almost no one. It's super hard. And at each level, you gotta, come back into your form and in your body, and like, what happened? What's going on? And it keeps happening. Like you don't want to, like it's 2 deaths. You have to go through 2 deaths where your heart stops, your breathing stops, the 4th plane when you meet with the formless God, and then on the 7th plane, you're it stops. You leave. Not like when you sleep and you go to the unconscious God, but you go to the conscious God. And that necessitates this form stops. Click. So it's got to be strong enough to be returned on and come back into it. You can't be just, hey, it's cool, it's going to work. No, you have to care for your human form. So, whatever patterns, habits exist within you that's making you uh, have health difficulties and be overweight, those need to be cured, or else you're not going to make it to God. You're not. You're not. I'm not saying you need a perfect form, nothing like that. Like, hey, I'm the perfect athlete or so. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, for example, a good index, which is from uh where is I guess the photos of this, but uh hold on. Sorry about this. But okay. The Center for Disease Control. You know what the average weight of a woman is in America? 171 pounds. That's too much. 30% of all women are obese. Uh, that's why. You need to change that. You mentally take control of the human form and don't overeat and stuff like that. We all have our difficulties of habit. Okay. They're not simply limited to what you should eat and not eat, but it is important. So, the Center for Disease Control actually, well, it's out there. You could use this calculator on the internet. You put in your height, your weight, and your age, and it's called a BMI, body mass indicator. Uh, uh, and so you get your BMI, and it's sort of like there's a range because we all have different bodies. Somebody's usually like a lot thinner form, and some other people come in heavier forms. But there's a range that you want to fall within. That's all. Just put it your height, your weight, and your age. And it's like, okay, in the overall population of the USA, this is where you want to be, you know? So it's really important to be in that area or not far outside of it. Otherwise, your vessel's going to crack. It, I'm answering the question, the right question, too, that Robin had. That's the right question. So this has to happen. And let me tell you how excellent it goes over to tell women to get their weight together. Oh my God. And to, help get your family structure together. Oh my God. Oh, talk about work I'd love to put off to the next lifetime. But as Mir Baba said, this one, someone comes to him and is like, explains all the suffering happening to him, all the stuff that's going wrong and everything, and why is this happening? It's like, because you asked for it. You wanted to come to God. That's why it's happening. I'm here to help you make that happen. So we're in a form. This is the form we get there in. You have to respect it. God gave it to you and make it, you know, at least generally functional. Because too much weight, get illnesses and stuff. That keeps you okay. Your body's not strong enough to go to the next plane, so you're not going to make it. So gain mental control of the form and create new habits. If you don't know how to do them, uh, okay, you could go on YouTube and learn, or you could hire an expert, right? Hey, I need to get down to this weight. I'm not eating the right thing. I need more exercise, whatever. Any way that you are comfortable doing it, there's no one set way or nothing like that. I did a lot of yoga, which has a component of I walk a lot, ride my bike, I swim, like whatever. What you like to do, it doesn't have to be a drudgery in any way, shape, or form. It's you're gonna feel better, which is gonna give you better senses and less, but less of a veil between you and God. So you need to take care of that. All right. That's just ah, just a subject I wish I never had to get into. Uh, but it's important because, okay, I want to go to the next flight. I'm not talking go over the top and only focus on a human form. Absolutely not. No. But I am saying just generally be healthy in a good weight, eat well, not perfectly or nothing like that. And that will make your getting to God much easier and possible. Okay. It's important. Okay, Mike. Beautiful message, Sean. We must take care of our vessel, or how can we do Christ's work? Thank you. Thank you. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. And so we had different traumatic experiences that, is has control over our mind and our actions. We need to cut that, need to break it. And then, okay, I'm working for you. So, hey, it's like being in the army. I'm in God's army here. I got to be this weight or whatever. You're not going to help on the front lines. You're like, it ain't going to work. Reagan, Reagan. Uh, Cheerathin and red light therapy for weight loss. Thank you. I'm not saying thank you, Reagan. I'm not saying it's one particular thing. Different people, individuals may lead to this or that or whatever, but it takes a few things. So, and it's not like it has to be here. Or, no, it's just generally get in a healthy range and keep, you know, that a healthy body. Not like, hey, you know, it's not like mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all. Nah, that ain't it. Okay. You can't shapeshift. They can. The super, models and actresses and stuff, they're lying how they do it. They get to shapeshift to be perfect. Like cheaters, they cheated everything. Not trying to be like that. Just trying to get generally healthy for you in your body, your vessel you have. That's all. Don't take it over the top. Don't underdo it. Don't give it all your day. Don't give it none of your day. Just sort it out and then stay with good habits. You have to do it, or hey, yeah, it's how to get to God. It has to happen. Michelle, cross your heart, I hope to die. What does that mean? What's a cross, right? 4 points. That's 4 points. How many sides to a cross, right? How many sides to a coin? Three. How many sides to a cross? Three. So 4 times 4, 64. You're in a 64 year time loop. You protect your heart. Your heart goes with God. Okay, that's what it means. Good question. Like, yeah, see, these shortcuts are not new habits, Reagan. They're not new habits. They're just simply drugs and get you fat sucked out of your body. Those are not new habits. Oh, hey, I did this. What we're gonna stay with drugs? Drugs become a veil between you and God. No, no, maybe in a very short-term thing, but they have to be combined with new habits, and the new habits would do it on their own anyway. So, yeah. Michelle, protect your heart among or amid a loop. Yeah, no. Protect your heart, but also Heaven, Heaven, heart, Heart. That's the connection between God and you, your heart. Your heart. So anyone connected to God, things to do with God, things that are proper on a spiritual path, all that is a protection of the heart and connects your heart with God. They don't have a heart. The other team, they don't have a heart, period. They don't act like it. They don't physically have one. No, why would a fallen angel just, what did the rides at Disney World? Why did they need such shortcomings like that? That's the thing that keeps them here. Look, I got all this money. Look at those idiots. That's how they worship the owl. Owl just takes it in, spits it out. Why do they need the horror of, the digestive tract? That's what Mayor Baba called us walking latrines. Laughed at us, laughed at people, right? He took it over the top with being like, he wouldn't eat for, it's insane the time periods that he would go. That's why he said, "Do as I say, not as I do." That's why I'm not saying, "This is exactly what I did. You need to do it too." Not I'm not saying that at all. No. Reagan, Chira thin helps Form the new habits. Great. It's a diet with supplements, 40-day fast. Okay. So for some that can do fasting and have that proclivity, okay, Bear Baba say, I assume a 40-day fast means with other things and so on, because I think it was Bear Baba says anything past a week is you should never, or 5 days or something like that. You should never fast past that. You shouldn't. You should just because went, to impossible days. In fact, he was fasting one time and he looked like he was going to die. And it had been going on for like 90 days or something ridiculous like that. And him and his disciples were living in a big house in the middle of a town and stuff. And they were just getting absolutely scared. Their guru was going to die. Look at him. He's like, where is he? And he finally he's like, everyone into the street. Everyone into the street. Everyone go into the street right now. He said, we're having a tug of war. I'm sick of listening to you all. I'm doing what God tells me to do. And you need to deal with it. Now we're going to have a tug of war. And it was like, I don't know, 20, 30, or 40 of them over. He said, get over there on that side of the rope. And he picks up the rope with one hand and they start pulling with all the might. And he's just standing there holding it. And he's like, enough. He's like, pull harder. Is that all you got? He's just standing there. And he's like, he throws it out. Okay, no more about me diet. Okay, shut up. See what the avatar could do. That's not it. That's what I'm just saying. Generally, keep your health together. Each one has different aptitudes for different ways to do it. Make it is give it. Hey, this helped for me, or whatever. I heard this work. Whatever. That's those methodologies. Great. Thank you for sharing. It's important. I'm not in a woman's form, so I don't have suggestions for a woman. I'm just like, you need to get in this range and find someone methods, or someone that does it that you align with, that's physically close to you, to teach you these things. Or YouTube's very close. So whatever it is, you need to get out there for new habits. Okay. Mike, the word death has the word eat in it, so don't eat too much. Thank you. Earth has the same word eat in it as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lorena's here. Great. Just you have to do that. Also, to those women in a family, you have to be attractive to your man and keep him. I, I heard recently, oh, I'm celibate. I'm like, aren't you married? Yeah, but I'm celibate for God. No. What are you talking about? All you're doing is making your man go to God by his infinite patience with you. What are you talking about? What? Sorry, you had a child with a man, your needs and wants and all that stuff. Forget about it. And no, you chose that man, you chose to have sex with him. Now that's part of your duties. Whatever he was, you chose him. Don't complain. Get on it. It was good enough for you X time ago. No celibacy. That don't help the children. For women not in relationship, absolute opposite. Retain your purity. You gave up your purity to this man to have this family. So that's it. See? God, you're celibate. I'm like, we'll say what? No. My God. Uh, I hope you've noticed couple things. A couple things. Uh, I touched Bear Baba's suit, went to Bear Baba's suit, and met with God. Yes, same happened with Pamela. So you want to get out of the human form in the time loop, you have to go to India, and I was present with me. You have to do that. Have to. Next winter will be a time when that's possible. You want to complete the process of meet with the form of God. You have to do it there. Bear Baba is the awakener of the age. That's just part of the script. By the way, I don't make up the script. I get tossed into the 64-year time loop just like you. I just figure it out so that now it can be done by others. Don't get pissed off at me about the script. You don't like it. I don't like it either. I'm here in every time loop. How am I gonna like it? No. I got the devil coming by last night, giving me pound on my fist at the drum circle. Hey, how you doing? You know, yeah, not my favorite spot either. Hey, not I don't like every I don't like everything here. Trust me. But my goal is, hey, how do I get out of the time loop? That's the answer. Okay. For those that have a God to the Meher Baba Center in India, I would recommend anytime you can go to the Meher Baba Center in North Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. There's one there. It's unbelievably gorgeous. It's incredibly affordable, like nothing else that exists in America. And it's the most beautiful place in America. And you will learn a lot while you're there, and you'll probably have some experience with God. So I would recommend that, in preparation for your travels to India, because hey, maybe you got 2 planes left to go. Maybe you could do one in South Carolina, and you know the goal is you want to do the final one because that's you getting judgment on earth, right? In the human form before judgment day. You get it in human form now. You can do it. I'm just a tour guide. God runs everything here. I'm just God's tour guide. Hey, you got to go there. Great. The suffering I have to go through, Alan watch me. Like I want to be near death, spit out blood, practically dead. When a guy shows up, I'm supposed to help Alan. He helps me, like God damn. Oh, India. I love it. And also, oh my God, so, because I have to digest this world of your problems and all that stuff to get you to God, because I'm the one in human form. So, it's incredibly difficult on me. Incredibly, incredibly. Uh, but I try to keep my form together and I make it through and I don't die and I'm unkillable. But that doesn't mean I don't suffer to get you there. And you will too. It's not an easy journey. It's totally, culture shock and so on. But the people of India, it's they will change your view of what people can be with God and so on. So they're in very difficult circumstances, and they're all God and family focused. You will learn a lot when you go. Uh, really. And it's not an easy journey for those who went and did it have the end result they wanted that time? Okay, totally shifted their goals and experience, and now they're with God. They changed their life completely in so many ways. Everyone that went there with me is just absolutely correctly focused on God. Of course, your heart broke when I wanted to be with God too, but like Reagan had experience with God, absolutely, met with a formless God, and Pam had a meeting with, God, a human in form, Jesus Christ. So those experiences did happen. They did happen. And everyone else that went had a myriad of experiences. Alan will never forget doing 2 months with me, and I'll never forget having 2 months with him either. What a guy! Incredible, the smartest guy alive, baby. And so kind and so caring and so sweet. What a family. See, the Poe family is like the perfect family too. And no one in the Poe family should feel bad. Oh, Pamela made it. I did it. No, no, no. It's a hierarchy. Meaning you take turns getting there. Great. Someone has to go first or you can't go next. So, of course, all your heart wants to do is meet with God. Great, great, great. Continue that feeling, and I will do my best to help complete that process for you by going back there again. So, uh, Reagan, I met with Jesus Christ in form as well. Last night at the Pilgrim said, okay, so you're on a seventh plane too. Great. As soon as you meet with the form of God, then that's it. You're on the seventh plane. So we have two women on the seventh plane now. Two. Great. I knew you met with God, but I didn't. I remember, and that's fantastic. Two. Oh my God, just doubled. I just doubled the amount like that I knew about. But thank you. So now we have two people in a Poe family, right? What? Two in one family? That's life in a body. I also experienced a formless God after 3 visits to Mayor Pablo's tomb. I highly recommend going as paramount. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I remember George having an experience too. And Alan sat next to the devil, who sat next to me and him. That you can't make it to meeting with the form of God, like Jesus Christ, Christian, whatever. You cannot do it unless you meet with the devil. It sat right between us. It was that was supposed to be my seat. I was like, "Hey, you want the witness?" I was like, "Okay." And literally, the devil sat between us for a whole flight. Crazy experience. But I, I can't even remember and take in all the experiences. I'm just saying it has. I'm the tour guide, and that's the location. So Reagan doesn't have to go. Pam doesn't have to go. They already went. They're welcome to go, of course. My God, who do I miss more than the Poe family? No one. What? And the rest of the people that went, what? Incredible people. Everyone that went, we had a most amazing time. And then we took some time afterwards, like for a come down and stuff. We got to the tube, and then we uh, went to, by the beach and like chill out and like come down and give me some time with me, and they get to jump in the ocean and time with each other. Really, the journey is very difficult, but the time there, uh, it's amazing, and you each are amazing. So your time with each other is incredibly important as well. George, I experienced a formless God briefly at the Pilgrim Center last year. I remember that. Amazing. Yes. What you see what I'm saying? I have to be there. I'm the tour guide. I take you. These are the people that went. Come on. Sign me up. I want and demand God to reveal himself. Thank you. As this guy. And plus, I can't even describe how incredible these people are. I really can't. Absolutely, God chose the right ones. It's amazing to have spent time with you all, to be real. Reagan, Pam was the first to find out. I was, it was the night I was trying to get a hold of you. Oh, and you said Alan, right. I wanted to leave the body there, but my mother and brother are still here. Yes, of course you don't want to get back in the body. Of course. Of course. But because you have duties, you get sent back. Okay? Of course, no, there's no desire to come back here of any kind whatsoever. It's just actually tears. Just oh, it's such a horror to come back here in the body. So it's just revolting, to have to. It takes fully 7 years to fully, you know, go through the composite plate. It's sort of each year you go back through each plate and you advance to be a example to others here. Now, God saying to you back in the body to be an example to those here. Oh, so that happened to you. That's what I'm trying to have happen. Oh, this is how it happened. So you see, these people are here now to help you. You see, and then if you could go, if you can't go next time, and I go, God, I am going to miss you. I can't even tell you, whoever it is, each one of you. You're so wonderful. Reagan, Pauletta was there too. I need to make another testimony. Yes, Pauletta was there, and where's God? Like talk about the you know incredible difficulty, but she's like came up as a nurse, so she watched over y'all as what you went through your difficult experience. She was like, "I'll stay you before we watch over you." Talk about service to others. It's okay. I'm here for you. I know that lady is going to have an experience next time she goes. So, for a fact, I say it right now. God is my witness and has earned it. Reagan, my body wants to stay, but my soul doesn't want to. I kept feeling a jolt. Yeah, you were just yes, you were you had exploded in bliss. It was just, it was like, come here, Carl, have a seat. Yes. And anyone could really take advantage of someone in that situation. So I'm there, and like Alan was there as the correct patriarch for the family, watched over you. I sent you Alan, and now you have him permanently. It's so wonderful. Reagan, oh, on Bear Mama website, I found Meredith Moon email located in Maui. Should I connect with her? If you want to. I want to follow you, not people if they're not connected with you. Well, she's not connected with me that I know in any way. I listened all videos from you. Great, Reagan. You're so 2 years into the process of kind of like what's the right term? Amalgamating or reorientation. Like it's overwhelming past anything that can be explained to go to God and be dropped back in the body. And so we're here in service of others. So you just need to get through each year, and then you'll be one of the perfect ones. And you're like, I wonder if the 64-year time loop is right. You're like, that guy knows everything, so you know I'm right. So that's how you know it's right. But it'll change by the end of 7 years. You'll know inwardly everything I know too, because you'll be 100% connected to God like I am. But it's a process of, you know, it's a process that everyone has to go through. But not everyone has to be here in human form serving others. Just making the seventh plane, you win. Not everyone has to come back into the body and be here 7 years and have to win. No, no, that's not it. Just meet with God in God's form. You win. You won't reincarnate. That's it. The others who do it earlier are servants of God. Are they the perfect masters again? They are the perfect masters for them in human form because you're not going to meet the other perfect masters. Only I meet them. So you become that duty for the other ones, like the people in here. George, I remember that evening of the commotion. Yeah. The meeting with God, you don't forget. It never, unlike, what lunch you had 3 days ago, every other experience fades. That's experiences with God and those you witness and others, they don't fade ever. They never fade. God never fades once you have God. It never goes away. The seventh plane never goes away. No, it just year after year gets stronger, firmer, more internalized. You know everything. Your separation from God is just, it's not like, because you're a whole new being, it doesn't, never wears off. It only gets incredibly perfected. Helen, boy, he and I spent some time together. I really had some of the best time of my life, like with Sridhar. Uh, Alan, people should check out the India testimonials on the JCT site. Agreed, agreed. My experience seeing Jesus Christ face to face, Mir Baba, and the other avatars was on my third visit to Samaya. Look at this. So he's on the seventh plane too. This family, It is. God chooses a perfect family. It's not just a perfect individual. God chose a perfect family. Incredible, right? Alan John must be in India. In the morning, Archie, during Gujarati prayer. Oh, it never fades. That's what I'm saying. You have the experience where you're like, you know exactly, you cannot ever forget the most important thing that's ever happened. So that's, man, I'm over here grinding, doing my work for people, and I'm not keeping score per se. I'm not. That's my only goal, but I always have somebody in front of me that I'm helping. I'm only focused on that. I'm not focused on the other ones who made it because they made it. I'm focused on the ones, that I have to be focused on so it happens for them too. So these people don't have to go back to India. They don't. They're incredibly welcome. They would be oh my god, I can't even describe going with these people are it's incredible. It's incredible. These people are incredible. John, my experience was not a face to face with Jesus Christ. It was a funnel that flowed red and blue water, like a picture of Jesus Christ, with the red and blue coming out of his heart. Okay, so that's an interesting distinction. But you're on the seventh plane. I know for a fact you are. So I know you are. I know you are. So uh, do you still get to meet with God face to face? Okay, fine. Alan, for those who decide to go to Mirababa Center, Myrtle Beach, or India, don't be surprised if you have the most disturbing dreams and interactions and meet the devil and et cetera, et cetera. Oh my God, yes. Uh, Man, we could go on about this for a week, all this stuff, couldn't we? Mike, listening or hearing spiritual advice from anyone else besides John has become immediate cringe and annoying on how off others are in reality. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, Reagan, you want to serve somebody in India? Guess what? They don't want to be served by you. Otherwise, they'd be coming at you. It's like this: if a woman don't want to be in a relationship, someone, if you're in a relationship with man and woman, right? If you think she's pretty and I want to, hey, you're great and stuff, that relationship is not going to last. The woman has to be wanting a relationship with you more, or else it's not going to last. Period. No way it's gonna. So there's no reason to go up to women and nothing like that. Maybe hi or something like that. But if they're not completely infatuated and enamored with you, it's going to end and be a problem. So yeah. So point of being is, oh, hey, this woman notices Reagan and Wisconsin is taking your advice. So on, you follow? Either she wants to be with you. If you want to be with, it doesn't work if we want to give someone the truth. It doesn't work like that. It only works if someone wants the truth from you. That's the way to determine. Like Mike say, it's cringe where you hear the other people. Every other possibility is out there on a spiritual path. But you have to take the right one from the right one with proof. That's why I'm so focused on proof. So it's easy for people to find me. Uh, Pam, I explained this in my testimonial. I don't want to confuse my experience that I had. Good. The experience rid me of my sins and worries. That burden was removed. And everything of this world. And you only want God and you're with God. Of course. Of course. So, but you understand that came from Jesus. You follow me? Okay. That's it. Fantastic. I'm so happy. What that was, all the things she said that were removed were in her heart. Now her heart is connected with heaven, no veil. Great. That was removed. God is inside and you're connected. That's it. Done deal. Thank you. Your clarity and of purpose and action and words is always perfect. What a matriarch. And Alan became the patriarch. It's this family. I know anyone can do this too. They're just went first. And George, I'm like, anyone could do this. Okay. You're chosen by God too. You're here. You're one of the super rare ones too. It's just there's a timeline and someone has to go first. I went first, these other people went next, and then it's going to be your turn. You see what I'm saying? There's time. There's time. If you do your work in between the time now and when you get there, it can happen for you. Alan, I completely agree. Mike and I refuse to listen to anything else anymore. Good. I only want consume the truth. And you two have the truth of experience to yourself and only accept it. So you are helpful to anyone, yourselves, But ultimately, hey, you want to get the seventh plane, you say, hey, go there with him, but you can come too. And you be here and your testimonials, your answers to questions, and you live in your life and who you interact with, that's bringing people to God. Each one of you. I mean, these guys, everyone, you know, every error of habit or anything like that was taken away from these people that they are, or they're still overcoming things, but they're not overcoming them. Sometimes God doesn't have us overcome every habit or anything so that you can go through the composite plays. So you act as an example out there and you do overcome your stuff after you met with God. Look, watch me do it. Here you're an example. The hive reads are mine. They know everything. They're watching everything. You become an example for them. Hey, what are you doing over there? Get over here. Mike, Alice right in India had terrible nightmares leading up to meeting formless God, placing an image of Jesus Christ facing me while I sleep and remembering Jesus Christ's name in a dream saves you. That's what I'm saying. If you go to India, and we should take the time to, like we did last time, to like hang out by the beach and like hang out by the pool and have meals together and stuff like that, because these things need to be shared and questions could be asked, not just of me. Hey, how'd you get it? Because, like you go to say you go to martial arts class, or yoga. Let's say you go to yoga class and the guy, woman, girl, whoever is with God is showing you how to do it. You're like, I'm never going to do that. Like it feels too far. But then you look around the classroom there in the class, you're like, hey, you see somebody a little more advanced and stuff. You're helping each other get there. You see? Yeah. So they're here in a body for a reason, as an example for you to interact with, ask questions, see how they roll, everything. How are your families? How's that stuff? You see, that's what they're here for. Alan, John, you're doing amazing. Thank you. I'm trying. It is our responsibility to share the truth of our experience. I intend to continually fulfill the second command. You do. That is, thank you for saying so, but it is absolutely a fact, and I'm aware of it, and so is everyone else. You're speaking facts over there, man. Pam, yeah, no, I know where you are, girl. Like, in fact, you know, it's yeah, you would take that away from any of the other ones. I'm just saying, y'all are, man, you're all really incredible, and I'm really, to do my job. This is, you know, the satisfaction of my job is when people make it to God because I did it and like that's all you want. That's the only purpose of life. And then it's like, wait, I'm still here. Well, we're example of that. You got to go first. You really wanted to do it. Now you serve, right? You serve. You serve others. Here, no way to get to God unless you serve others. It's not a selfish path in any way, shape, or form. Mastery and servitude. You must serve. You don't get out of the body. Alan, for anyone on the fence, just know John and I went to get a palm reading, and everything that was read is literally happening in real time. He didn't even tell people. It's like, I'm not telling people I'm getting married, having children. What? He's like, whoop. Oh, I I told on you though. Like, hey, Pam, Pam and Pauletta, guess what? And they're like, no, we didn't say that. Boom. Like, oh, let's go see what's gonna happen. Anyway, for Alan to set aside 2 months and do that time is something, he no one's done that. And of course he achieved the result. He set his goals on it, put everything into, and he saw that the suffering I had to go through and absolutely time, money, energy, resource, and everything he had to make our journey as easy as possible. Absolutely flawless on his end. What a guy to travel with. None better, period. Oh my God. Did I get to learn about his family through the outcome that he is? What? What a catch for Reagan. Way to go, girl. God dang. Rita, thank you so much. No problem. Yala, Pam Poe is absolutely perfect. It is so obvious. My God. John is everywhere. I am telling you. I am telling you, she is. Absolutely. That's her son. I mean, God, who gets a son to say that? What? True. Pauletta, the servant of the Poe family who helped nurture them as their nurse, what she was, in her career, watch over them. Oh, talk about a servant of God. I agree with that totally. Thank you, Ella, for stating that. Yes, yes, yes. Your turn is coming, girl. I say that. So, thank you for all that feedback and why we need to do this. And I miss you all, and we need to get together sometime again, like we did, maybe in the spring or what have you, again here in Florida. But I think we should, prepare timing wise for getting there next winter uh, to India, and you know making the time to do that and who's going to go and making those plans. So generally, sometime in Florida, meeting if you want to, and so on, sometime in the spring here probably, and then in preparation, because it's just you could go to the Baba Center at Myrtle Beach on your own, but you need me, you know, and I can help you prepare for going to India. So coming to Florida is good. These things are, hey, you want to get to God. God places in these physical locations. I'm just doing what I got to do with what I'm given. Time and space wise. I'm here to serve you all. Uh, Mike, next winter here or next India winter? Next, like, well, like it's December 2025, not like not January, February, March of this year, like December, January, February of the next year. Okay. So that would be 2026, December 2027, January, February, like that, in that time period, somewhere in there. Poe family decides the dates, not me. I'm flexible. You've got a little one, so whoever could go, whenever you could go, they will be choosing the dates, and I will be going along with those dates, and so will you. Uh, no. India winter is the same as here, Mike. India winter is the same here as here. It's just not so freaking hot over there. It is bearable by us, the heat over there. It's just too hot in the summer to be there in the swing times. It's you can't do it. Can't do it. We don't have the stamina for that. No way, no how. I live in Florida. Maybe I could do it, but it would be increase my suffering. And I'm trying to decrease your suffering to as little as possible. Go during the right time of year and make it possible to do. Okay. Very good. Yes, I'm blessed to have Alan and his family. It's not easy to find a girl. Not easy. It's impossible. You're a matchmaker. I am. I am. I am. Just to certain ones. And I say Alice quite catches so his family. Girl, so are you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're there as well too. You met with God, like you're Poe family, Reagan Poe. Like, what are you talking about? You're part of it. You're integral. You're the one that brought the grandbaby. Wait, like it's like, damn, what? You're the it girl. Come on. Okay. I'm gonna finish up with a couple of thank you. Listen, everyone, thank you. You've done testimonials, but we're gonna serve the other people that want to get to God. They're wonderful people like Howard I met with and other people here, all wonderful, amazing people. And we'll meet with them and some other people will be invited and so on, but not many. It's not like an open invitation. I'm gonna make sure those people on a spiritual path who've done their work and prepared, want to meet with God and took my suggestions, go to Myrtle Beach, come here to Florida. Doing these things will prepare you so your vessel don't crack and God can come in. Okay, that was great. Uh, to finish up, I'm gonna look who's all rich now. Don't they look real? Right? This is from Amazon, fake money. Ooh, show me the money. Show me the fake money. Anyway, and envelopes from Chase. So I'm gonna test God's name out there and just do money drops out there. I don't need to film it. If God's name works to protect things, this is the method. Just you know, I don't we don't need to risk anyone or their house or anything like that in a foreclosure. Just, hey, can you keep this stuff? And of course, if somebody were to take it and try to use it, which it is fake, uh, there would be some karmic blowback on them when they went to use it, wouldn't it? So, but that's what I'll be doing, and I'll tell you, I'll be out there grabbing. I'll set some crab pots out there and see what I get. See if God protects it, whatnot. And if some ends up, there not untouched, okay, let's get some video of this multiple times. Let's see how this works because I'm trying to find out the spiritual technology that wins the war for us, the servants of God. I have been doing that. That's the focus of what I do. 100%. Spiritual tech. Yeah. It's a technology company. Jesus Christ Trust and Liberty Academy is a technology company, spiritual technology. So I'm still at it. All right. So great today. This is great. Very good. Yes, I'm blessed to have Al. Oh, yeah, we already did it. Okay. So great. Thanks for being here today. I think our time was well spent. Appreciate you sharing your testimonials here. And that's what, of course, if you come to meet with them and me and stuff, you'll find out the truth with your questions and then you'll have the experience of the truth too. That's the goal. Your one-on-one experience with God. I'm not trying to be in between it. I'm the tour guide. Here you go. Here's God. I'm not trying to get you to meet with me and I'm so special or nothing like that. No, I'm just playing my role and I'm trying to get you to God. That's it. That's my only role. Bring you to God. Okay. So close it out today. Let's say our prayers for each other. Uh, Grateful to have found you. Thank you, Frank. God bless you and everyone in here. Thank you. Thank you. Let's say our prayers for each other that we, meet with God, those that have it, and those that have, continue to be the perfect servant of God. If you met with God, it's amazing and then you realize, oh my God, I'm gonna have to meet with God again. Like you talk about scared straight. You know what I mean? Like can't mess up. Even what you listen to, what you nothing. Like you're like, oh my god, I have to like I gotta get it. How am I gonna do this? Every day is like, okay, everything that comes at you, so careful with everything. Like right where you're going back and be with God. You're like how did I do? Like your judgment is the first thing, and you're like, okay, I did. I was doing my best. So that's what you end up doing, your best for others. So, uh, and my prayer for you is you become the perfect servant of God, everyone, so that you have your meeting one on one with God. I do pray that for each one of you. Cross my heart. I'd hope to die. I pray that for you. And so say your prayers for everyone, please. And until we meet again, next Sunday at noon, and these other times coming up. Yes, we'll make plans, especially to the post family schedule. I'll give you enough time so you can make plans yourself, okay? Uh, so that we can gather and you can have your opportunity to meet with God, which is the only reason I'm here, so that you meet with God. No other reason. Okay. Reagan, this is an amazing group. It is. Anyone who seeks God and does what John says will be with God. That's a fact. That is it in a nutshell, right exactly there. What this lady said right there. Okay. So my prayers that happens for you. Okay, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday, everyone. Hug to that little one, that little cutesy you got from God. And a hug to every one of you in here. You're going to make it. Keep up this difficult journey. It becomes easier. It becomes happier. Meet your true spiritual family, us, right? Those who care about God, who have met with God, who seek God. That's us. This is your true family. So, and you'll be meeting with us. Okay. God bless you all. I'll see you next Sunday.